The first time I went out with my father on the fishing boat, I was around 8 years old. And I can still remember him waking me up, and he said it was really bad weather, so I was sure that I wanted to go. And I just thought, yes, I will not let that chance slip away. I knew quite early that I wanted to work at the sea because I kind of felt like home. But what I was supposed to do, I did not know. Here in Odfjell, we are in the Arctic Circle, so we have high mountains and deep fjords. Growing up in Norway, everybody has some kind of relationship to the sea. And it's just part of us, so it's not that you learn that it's important. It's just natural to be close to the sea. My first job was in 2010 as a cadet, so it's 13 years working from cadet to captain. So that's quite good, I will say. Everybody has believed me from I started that I could reach up to become a captain in Odfjell.
Heading 080 and 8 knots.
I don't believe in superstition on board on a vessel. For instance, not supposed to have women or girls on board. That was bad luck, so I think we can kill that with me being a captain on a big ship. So you have responsible for the whole crew. It's so important that you can listen to everybody, but you also have to have a decision of your own and be a bit direct. When we're out at sea, so it kind of feel like something, like a freedom. It's just a nice feeling. You don't need to think about too much else. You just breathe in the fresh air.
Norway is the only country in the world that is named not for the people who are there or the land that is there, but is actually named for a sea route. So Norway, or Norway, the way to the north. The name itself has a very deep maritime tradition. The sea industries have been crucial for the development of the Norwegian economy. Shipping is definitely one of the factors that makes it possible to have the kind of standard of living that we have today. In a world without a global shipping industry, we would basically be confined to consuming what we have within our own borders. So there would be very little international trade. So on the one hand, we need the shipping industry to keep the world economy going. On the other hand, we have to reduce emissions to keep the planet going. So how do we solve that conundrum?
A myth about shipping is that it has an inherent resistance for change, and that we are a slow adopter of green technologies. And that is something that I don't recognize. We are at the Odfjell headquarters in Bergen. Bergen is the second largest city in Norway and the biggest maritime cluster in the country. Shipping emits approximately 3% of the global greenhouse gas emissions. So we are, in that respect, a pretty significant polluter. That means that we have to take this seriously and we have to reduce this number as much as possible and as fast as possible. We transport chemicals and other bulk liquids across all oceans in the world. We transport on approximately 70 chemical tankers. Basically everything that is around us consists of any sort of chemical, like mobile phones, computers, cars, medicine, food. If we want to decarbonize shipping 100%, we need to switch fuel to what we call green fuels. Now, all green fuels consists of hydrogen, and that hydrogen needs to be green, otherwise the fuel will not be green. This requires a substantial amount of renewable electricity. We actually need 54% of all the renewable electricity that is available in the world today, and that is to decarbonize one sector. So the scale here is absolutely massive. That is the same amount of electricity that is generated by 12.2 billion solar panels. And today there are 2 billion solar panels installed globally. Therefore, we believe that the best holistic contribution from shipping is to focus on energy efficiency, utilize existing technology and bend the emission curve.
In order to be able to reduce emissions, shipping companies need to invest in new technology, and it's not only about the technology of the ship itself, but it's the whole infrastructure that you need for this. So what we have to remember is that technological transitions take time. So the transition that shipping is in today might be compared with the transition from sail to steam, and that took 130 years.
We must continue to support the development of green fuels, but we don't have to wait for a silver bullet. There are things that we can and that we are doing right now. Odfjell has targeted energy efficiency and emission reductions since 2007. We have installed more than 135 energy-saving devices to reduce the consumption on our vessels. And as a result of that, we consume 52% less fuel to transport 1 ton cargo 1 nautical mile. Clean propellers move the ship faster, so we clean them frequently. Advanced weather routing ensures that our ships sail the safest, most energy-efficient routes. Next year, we are pioneering the installation of suction sails as the first tanker company to test this technology, utilizing wind power to reduce emissions significantly. We also plan to install the world's first zero-emission capable solid oxide fuel cell, which has the potential to reduce fuel consumption by as much as 50% compared to a standard combustion engine. We've recognized that there has been issues in the past, but we cannot go back and undo those mistakes. What we can do is to learn from the mistakes and to improve, and we take responsibility to be better.
There's been some changes, like the last 2 summers we have had quite warm weather, that's quite unusual. And then you have the ice glacier that you see here. That one has melted a bit from when I was younger. So some changes has been here.
We take pride in our maritime heritage and the beautiful scenery. We used to live and survive off the land and off what the sea gave us. And I think this has really given a profound effect in the DNA of the Norwegian people. I think nature is important for us. Preservation of the nature, I think, is important for almost all Norwegians.
After traveling the world to come home to Nussvåg, it's like a calm place. You have the nice nature, and during the winter time you have maybe 4 hours light. So the days are not busy. You just stay inside and read a book or stay with your parents and have a chat with them.
When the food is good, we don't talk.
There's a lot of nice nature and I want to keep it like this. So it's important to reduce the pollution, to reserve these places for the next generation coming up.